Welcome back to another episode of the Club Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Buzz, and today we have yet another interview for you all. But before we get into that, make sure to go follow me on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. All the social medias will be down in the description below. So y'all make sure to go follow those because, guys, I am on a 100-day content challenge journey right now, and we are over 50 days, all right? So we are almost done with it, and I want y'all to go ahead and follow this journey along with me because, golly, has it been a fun one. And I enjoy every single second of doing it for you all. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the podcast. I'm sorry that I took a week off, guys, all right? I apologize, but we are back, all right? This week will be a double upload, and we got some amazing interviews coming on next week and the following week after that. So, guys, make sure y'all stay tuned for that, okay? So, with that being said, today is also something different. Today, we're not interviewing an athlete. Today, we're interviewing a content creator, someone who has been bringing views to people of Houston, someone who has been videoing street ball, football, anything that he can, going out to signings. This guy has made a name for himself quickly, but is staying consistent with it all the time. He is bringing on It's a Blur tour to show notoriety to the people of Houston, bringing notoriety to people all over the place. It was a great conversation with him. I had a great talk with him, and I wish nothing but the best for this guy. So hope you all are ready because we have one heck of an interview with him, and hope you all enjoy. This is the one and only Houston's very own Phong Nguyen. Let's go.
Yeah, off the clock, never needed no wristwatch. Toast up, cheers to life, but this ain't no pit stop. Ayy, my words gon' get you to the top. Speak life into the mic like Mike at 90, pass me the rock. My words will touch thousands on the block, without a doubt, but she's a reassurance on me, we lie. Ayy, off the clock, baby, but we tuned in, dialed in. Feel like Cat, how we always winning, man. It's up.
Fond, man, I appreciate you taking the time to go ahead and join us today. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for
Yes,
coming.
sir.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
first
Yes,
thing
sir.
we're going
Appreciate the opportunity.
so the first thing we're gonna go ahead and get into is something that you recently posted on your YouTube that I watched the full thing because I thought it was very interesting. It was a Never Broke Again football camp that you had went to. Tank Dell was there,
Yep.
Xavier Worthy was there, Rasheed
Yep.
Rice, and more people were there. Go ahead and before we get into everything, tell me how that event was and your experience and time there.
Man, it was an amazing experience. The camp was super organized and it was dope. I've never seen that many NFL players, but they're not just like regular NFL players. These are stars, first rounders. Like we got Tank Dell, we got uh a Matthew Golden who just ran the fastest 40 time in the combine, first rounder. We had Rasheed Rice, who was a wide receiver one for the Kansas City Chiefs, a Super Bowl champion. Xavier Worthy, speaking of the combine, he ran the fastest combine ever. And we had Jade Barron also there as well, and a couple other NFL stars. But those are the superstars that were there. Dope experience.
Yeah, I bet that had to be one of the greatest experience because me, I love football so much.
Yeah.
My favorite team is the Denver Broncos. So Jade Barron, hearing that Jade Barron was there, I don't know
Yeah.
if I saw him in the video, but hearing that he was there,
Yeah.
you have an opportunity to be around that man. That is awesome experience to have.
Yeah. He was dope. He was dope.
And so now let's go ahead and get into the story of you, man. How you got into sports and how you ended up doing what you're doing now. What was your life like growing up? Did you grow up in Houston your whole life, or what was that like?
Oh, so first off, right, for those that don't know, my name is Phong Nguyen. I'm a sports content creator. I've only started like about a year or so consistently. But no, to answer your question, I was born and raised in Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City,
Okay.
Vietnam to be exact. And then my grandpa, he moved over here in like the 90s and then he took my family and we came over here in 2010 or so. And yeah, I've lived in Houston this whole time uh ever since we got to the United States. So I love Houston. Houston is a place filled with opportunities. I
And
love it.
and have you always been into sports growing up the whole time, or when was it that you got into sports?
Man, I've always been into sports, especially soccer or football, whatever you call it. And then when I moved to the United States, I just realized how much I love American football and basketball. Like those three sports, like if it's on, I'm watching it. Like amazing.
And so what are some of your favorite teams that you have?
Let's talk football first, right? That's my
All
first
right, go
love.
ahead.
That's my first love because whenever I was young, my dad would always have it on TV. Like he would watch Premier League nonstop. Like I'm talking about Manchester United be on Chelsea. So yeah, my favorite soccer teams, football teams is Manchester United and Real Madrid. And you could probably guess who I consider the GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to I you know what? We'll save that for another
Yeah,
time. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Messi's the
We
GOAT.
could we could have a
But
debate on it. We could have a debate on it, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? It's either Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, in my opinion. But I just like Cristiano Ronaldo more because of his work ethics, the way he carries himself. But yeah, man. Favorite team for football. I live in Houston. Gotta be the Texans. Gotta be the
gotta be
Texans.
Houston Texans.
Gotta
And then
be
for
Houston
basketball,
Texans.
am I guessing the same?
My Rockets.
The Houston Rockets, baby.
Houston
Yeah.
Rockets, baby. I'm an H-Town guy all the way. Same with baseball, same with whatever sport.
You stay loyal to the soil. I like that. I
I
like
stay
that.
loyal to the soil, and hopefully one of those teams, the Astros already won a World
Hmm.
Series in my lifetime, so hopefully I get to experience that with the Rockets and the Texans. So,
I mean, now that the Rockets got KD on their team, hey, anything's
hey,
possible, man.
anything is possible, man. I'm glad, man. Which hopefully I'll be able to see him one of these days because I get a lot of opportunities to meet celebrities and athletes and all that. So my jersey collection is actually insane. Like I've gotten a signed jersey by Shador. I've got a signed jersey by Jalen Green. A signed jersey by Tank Dell at that camp that I had went to, a Texas jersey signed by Xavier Worthy and Matthew Golden. So I'm growing my jersey collection. I'm have them framed when I get a house of my own.
Man, I hope one day to have the same jersey collection, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. You'll get
That
there.
is top tier, brother. That's top tier.
Yeah.
And so, growing up, did you play sports yourself? Were you very into sports?
I was very into sports. The funny part is, middle school I used to play football, but I was never good. One because I growing up I had asthma, so it's like it's kind of hard for me to even move in those pads, and I'm undersized. Like even now, fully developed, I'm only 5'7", 150 pounds. So it's like I was not made for sports, but I love sports. And even freshman year, man, like I tried to play football. It was not the move. But moving on to senior year, I was the basketball manager of my high school team.
Okay.
And, even though we didn't do that good, our record was like I believe it was 1-16 or 2-16. It was something like that, but it was horrible. We were like last place in the district, but I had fun doing it. I love being around my guys. I love supporting them. Even win or lose, I'm there.
Hey, I mean, I'm the same way. Well, I played sports all throughout my middle school, high school career. I played football all the time, but my senior year, I didn't want to play. I didn't want to play any sports after football was over, so I dropped out of athletics. After the football season was done, I dropped out. I was like, you know what, coach, just get me out of here. I'm not playing anything else, and so he did.
Understandable.
But I ended up staying the team manager for our baseball team, and I just wanted to be around him. I wanted to be in the atmosphere. I didn't want to play, but still, I was going to every practice. I was going to every game. I was
Right.
doing everything with the team. So I still was a part of the environment. And still
Hmm.
to this day, that's all I like, just being a part of that sports environment. Because in my opinion, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like being on the field with those athletes or in the locker room with those
Right.
players and everybody. That environment is always just something different, and I've always loved it.
It's an unreal feeling.
And so now let's go ahead. When was it that you got into content creation? When was it that you first picked up the camera?
I always get mistaken for being a photographer or a videographer, but I'm actually
Mhm.
neither. I actually have my own cameraman, and I work with like multiple cameramen depending on if my main cameraman, shout out to Zane Ray, if you're watching this. So, I started doing content creating about a year ago when I first, if you go back to my YouTube channel, you can see the first ever sports related video I did was when I went to Quanell X Farrakhan's commitment. That video blew up. Like I'm talking about like I put no time and effort into that video. The production was poor. We only the goal was to go to his commitment at North Shore High School. I'm sure if you keep up with Texas high school football, you know that North Shore is the best or if it depends. If you
Yeah.
look at Duncanville or now North Crowley or DeSoto, North Shore has always been a top three team. They always go to the state championship, right?
Yeah,
Just
they've
not
always been top tier forever.
always been top tier. They didn't go this past season, but they've always been the top dog. So I had the privilege of going to his commitment. I filmed like a little vlog for his commitment. That was just for my channel. I didn't think it would do good, but I think right now it's sitting at like over 80,000 plus views. Yeah, it's crazy how it blew up. I don't even know how, but yeah, it's truly a blessing that he gave me the opportunity to be able to come. I met his dad, which is Malcolm, no, which is Mr. Quanell himself.
Hmm.
Mr. Quanell, he's part of the Black Panther crew, I believe. He's a civil rights
Okay.
activist. Yeah, he speaks out on like the racism and stuff like that going on in this world. So, great guy. Um, Another thing is, I met Devin Sanchez, number one cornerback in the nation. Chase Calicut, who just committed to Georgia. So if you go to a top school like North Shore, you're bound to meet a lot of good D1 players.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
gonna you're gonna see some names, some five
Yeah.
stars, 4 stars,
Yes,
3 stars,
stars,
any.
anything. So I went there, I met a whole bunch of North Shore players. They ended up like liking me. They ended up liking what I was doing. So they all follow me and we've stayed in touch ever since. And I was like, man, why not like continue with this sports now that I already have a decent amount of like athletes following me. So it just took off from there. Like fr- from that point to now, I've been to like a bunch of commitments. I've been to a bunch of sports events and it's just a blessing.
So let's go ahead and move back a little bit. Have you always had the same videographer? Have you always had the same cameraman, or have they switched over time?
They've actually switched over time. So my first ever cameraman was my friend named Brian who goes to like U of H with me, which he
Mhm.
actually helped me record and vlog at the Shador camp. And depending on like his availability and all that, as of right now, I work with a kid named Zane Ray Moore. He is a top tier cameraman in the state of like Texas. I'm telling you, it's not just Houston. He's worked with a whole bunch of NFL players. If you know, you know.
Hey, so shout out to Zane Ray, man.
Yeah, shout out to Zane
Shout out
Ray.
to him. And how is it that you even just thought about like getting a cameraman? Did you just go out and just ask your buddy and go out and ask these guys like, hey, can you just come out here and just video for me? Because
Yeah.
I've thought about doing the same thing, getting somebody also, but like how is it that you came across that?
So, it comes with friendship, trust, and there's got to be money involved, right? So, if
Mhm.
your friend is willing to help you, you should be willing to pay for their food, right? And that's what I was doing at first. I would say, "Hey, come record this video for me. I'll give you a ride. I'll pay for your food, and you can actually grow your portfolio by taking videos and pictures of these celebrities or athletes or whatever. Because down the line, you can put that in your resume and find you a big boy job." And yeah, that's how it started. I told my friend Brian, Zane, all that. It starts out by, hey, look, I'll pay you a small amount, right? Nothing like how these athletes would pay their actual cameramen. Like, I don't have thousands of dollars and millions of dollars to feed into like production. So I said, look, our videos can be, somewhat good, but it doesn't have to be like top tier. But, I just want the content actually. So Zane, like he doesn't charge me a lot. He's always there. Like if I give him a location, he'll be there even before me. Like that most of the time he'll get there before me because I have to like stop by places and stuff like that. But he's always there, you know. He works with
Mhm.
me. If I'm struggling to pay for a video, he'll give me time on it. Like there's never been like miscommunication or rush between me and Zane or like any of the cameramen that I've worked with. I've also have a friend named Jose. He helps me sometimes. Like shout out to him. He's also a Houston-based photographer, videographer, whatever you need. And I also have a guy that my friend, he runs like a broadcasting like kind of thing behind production and all that, behind podcasts. If you ever need to run a podcast, his name's Baggio. He does a great job at that because he graduated from Sam Houston uh with that degree, broadcasting degree, I believe.
Oh, dang, that's awesome, man. That's pretty cool. You have quite the crew around you, man. You
Yeah,
got
quite the
quite the
crew.
supporting man.
Yeah.
And so the next thing I wanted to ask, because you brought up how you went to Quan's uh commitment. How was it that you got in touch with him? How was it that you ended up meeting him? What was that process?
So everyone thought I was like cool with him and stuff like that, but actually no, that's not how it happened. How it happened was that he posts on because I've known him because like he's actually like very known locally due to the fact that he's a really good football player and his dad is like kind of in the social aspect of like civil rights and all that stuff.
Mm.
Mm, he posted on his story, I believe, he said, I need cameraman and videographer in Houston. So I swiped up. I said, hey, look, I got a crew that can come and do everything for you. And I didn't think that he would see it, but he responded and he said, hey, look, my commitment is this day at North Shore High School, pull up whatever time. So that's how it happened. We pulled up and everything went great. We took pictures of him. Like I said, we recorded a little vlog. That was just for my channel, but I didn't think it would blow up. But yeah, even now, if you go back and look at it, it looks nothing like my new videos. Like the production, it wasn't bad, but it's nothing like how it is now.
And so what would be one of the hardest things you say behind the scenes that people don't really get to see? What is one of the things you struggle with trying to get all this stuff together?
So being a content creator, not just sports, right? But
Hmm.
being able to manage time. So say like obviously if you're a full-time content creator, you have a lot more time devoted to that and you can make it to a lot more events. But personally, I am still in school. I still work 40 hours at my job. So it's hard for me to like make it to all these events. So I kind of have to like work life balance, you feel me? Like sometimes I would have
Hmm.
to cancel something just to make it to this or cancel that just to be able to even show up for like an hour like worth of content. And an hour worth of content, you know, sometimes it's never guaranteed to be good content. You know,
Yeah.
you might go to this event and you thought it was going to be amazing. You go there for like 4 hours and it's just like, yeah, it's not going to cut it. So yeah, I would say time management is the hardest aspect of my life right now. Like even for this podcast, it took like one, 2 or 3 times of rescheduling, and and I apologize for that, but I'm so thankful for the opportunity, and I know, you know, you're doing your best as well, and you're trying your best to make it happen. And I'm just glad I'm here.
Yeah, man, because I mean, my viewers know, my viewers have seen, and I've now that I've started posting content on a daily basis on my social media,
Yes.
they've been able to see my process. Like I'm the same way, man. I go to work in the morning, 5 in the morning, and
Hmm.
then I go to work at the university, and then I still like to do my podcast. I still make the content. Like we work over 12-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts
Oh yeah.
sometimes a day. I mean, just trying to put in work and grind, just do this stuff, put some stuff out for these content creators. So I understood whenever you would tell me like, "Hey, man, I got to work a little longer," and I didn't want to take it a certain way, and I didn't want you to feel like, "Hey,
You're
man,
good.
screw this guy."
Yeah.
I, I understood that there is time that, man, there's sometimes where we just got too much going on right now. We just
Yep.
can't make it right then and there.
Hmm.
So sometimes we need to push it back a little bit, but I mean, as long as we're able to get it done, sit down and get it done like we are today, I mean, that's all that matters. And I'm happy that we can get it done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate
And,
you once again.
And so the next thing I wanted to bring up was because you do post a lot of 1v1 basketball and stuff like that, street ball. What is the Houston street ball culture like? What is it out there? Because it seems like you're in the middle of it sometimes.
Yeah,
What is it like?
man, you already know that football is the main sport of Texas, right? Texas
Yeah.
is the home of football. When you talk about high school football, Texas is number one. I don't care what anybody says. They usually say Cali, they usually say Florida, they usually say Georgia. Don't listen to them.
Mm.
Don't listen to them.
Texas.
Come to Texas and you'll see. You go to a high school football game and it feels like a college game. Especially if Atascocita is playing, especially if North Shore is playing, especially if DeSoto, Duncanville, now North Crowley is playing. You saw what Quentin Gibson did. You saw what kind of, environment he brought to the table. Now, basketball. We got dogs. We got dogs. I wouldn't say we have the best hoopers. I leave that to New Jersey, New York, maybe Atlanta, Georgia. But I say we got some dogs. Texas is home of athletes, is home to athletes. We got everything. And, being able to, ref some of these one-on-ones, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, really, because there are kids and there are players that never got the exposure that they wanted or needed when they were playing in high school because maybe their school wasn't big enough, their coaching wasn't doing a good job at recruiting other schools to come down. Maybe scouts didn't want to waste time going to a small school. They would rather go to a big school to scout. But there are a lot of hidden gems in Houston. A lot.
Yeah, man. Whenever you say that, like football is the heart of Texas. I mean, we
Yeah.
got stadiums that can outdo some college stadiums at other places. I
Oh yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
and to see that we do have dogs in this environment, and you're out there and you're refing them, and you're putting them out on a platform that, like you said, maybe they haven't had the opportunity to be on that platform before. What is that feeling like? You give some of these guys an opportunity to be viewed by a larger crowd and a larger community. What does that bring to you personally sometimes?
It brings me joy. Honestly, it brings me joy because as a small content creator, I wouldn't think that these athletes would be willing to go on and play on my channel, but a lot of them they don't care. Like as long as they have the platform, they were more than likely to come on, and that's why I try to tell them. I said, "Look, you come on for free, right? You don't have to pay for production. You don't have to pay for clips that I post of you. Everything is free exposure. Just come on and show what you're about." And it brings me joy that they actually come on and compete. Um, you know, because I do bring a decent amount of audience. I wouldn't say the biggest, like off the dribble or ball is life or the next chapter. Like I'm not those platforms, but I just want to show them that they're not being overlooked by small channels. They're they are overlooked by big channels, but not mine. As a small content creator, and a person that's running a small channel, I got them. Like I told them that I got y'all.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you saying that because that truly means a lot because I personally I feel like I see the view that you have because me myself I've been my podcast has been nothing but interviewing a bunch of D2 and occasionally maybe a D1 athlete, but a lot of the times people overlook the D2 athletes, and I mean
Hmm.
some of those they need to get recognized because we got some dogs in every single level that there is, no matter where it is. And a lot of times,
Yep.
especially in my conference, the Lone Star Conference,
Hmm.
a lot of the teams get overlooked. And so the same thing with me. It brings me joy being able to tell some of these people's stories, to have them on my show and give them a platform to for another audience to see who these guys are and meet them and see
Hmm.
what they're really about.
Yep. Because I know there are some D2, D3 players out there that can go into the league right now. They don't need to be D1. They just never got the opportunity to go D1. But like a good example, Tank Dell,
Yes.
man, JUCO, transfer to U of H, crushing it in the NFL if it wasn't for injuries. There's a lot of names out there that went JUCO and made it to the league. So this is my message to all the D2, D3 guys out there, or the guys that haven't picked up an offer. Just keep grinding. Keep grinding. If you can't make it to the NFL, go UFL, go XFL. There are a lot of
Mhm.
football leagues now where you can get paid. Go overseas. I have a
Yeah, there's
guy.
many opportunities.
Yeah, there's many opportunities. Send film to these teams. Send film to these coaches. Send film to these scouts. It doesn't hurt you to send, you know what I'm saying? Invest a little bit into like a cameraman, or like you can even record yourself training. Show them what you're about. Just keep grinding, you know what I'm saying? Like don't compare yourself to these guys in the NFL, because I know there are guys that make it to the NFL and get cut. So it's like now y'all on the same boat. So just keep working. Put your head down, keep working.
And another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and we had touched on it a little bit before we started the interview. The It's a Blur tour. Oh, sorry, it's the Blur tour.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that event. I know the video isn't out, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, it's not out
but
yet.
tell me about a little bit about how the event went, and in your eyes, what it was like.
Yeah, so let me tell you how it started first. So you know how I do one-on-one with basketball, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
easier to organize a one-on-one basketball video than it is to organize a one-on-one football video, right? Because one-on-one basketball, all you got to do is maybe rent out a gym, go to a gym that has a court, and y'all only use half court, and y'all go to like 11 or 15 or whatever, right? But for football, you don't want to watch a 10-minute video with just a cornerback and a receiver, right? So I was like, okay, in my head, it's kind of hard to do a one-on-one like football video. So let me make a flyer and let me use my network and ask around to see if I have any skill players, any O line, any D line. It doesn't matter what position. As long as they touch a football, I'm asking. I'm like, okay, look, I want to do this kind of video. It's kind of like a destroying video. Shout out to destroying. That's how I came up with the idea, right? It's not my idea. It's actually his. So shout out to destroying for paving the way. So I hit up all the players, the football players that I know, and I say, look, this is going to be the location at Klein Collins High School at 5 p.m. on this day. Can y'all make it? And everyone was like, yes, 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 right? So I'm talking about like I already have 30 people willing to come. And I was like, okay, bet. Once I dropped the flyer, I tagged a bunch of football media outlets that I know. Sype the Lab, shout out to Sype the Lab. 3D Houston Athletics, shout out to 3D Houston Athletics. Football Clears, shout out to Football Clears. Uniform Access, Recruiting Red Zone. I tagged all the outlets and they were like, dang, like this is getting a lot of attraction. So they reposted it, Sype the Lab joined in and they said, we'll pop out with you. Let's make it a collaboration. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I wasn't expecting that. And I said, bet. 3D Houston Athletics. Shout out to 3D Houston Athletics. They did the same thing. They came in. They said, let us come out. And I was like, bet. Anybody can come out. Mind you, in my head, I didn't expect it to be this big. But shout out to these football outlets that have a platform and want to help, the youth as well as, a small content creator like me. And I was like, all right, yeah, y'all can come out. So that day came, it was storming, it was raining. 5 p.m. comes, it was still raining, and we were like, look, we got kids coming all the way from, I'm talking about Austin, coming all the way from Katy, coming all the way from Bel Air, coming all the way from like different places that's not where they're supposed to be, right? And we were like,
Yeah.
yeah, and we were like, man, we're still gonna make it happen. So we just pushed the event back a little bit. So the event was supposed to be 3 hours. We were only there for like 2 or 2.5 hours, but the kids have fun. You know what I'm saying? We presented like the MVP award to like a defensive player, an offensive player. Uh Sype the Lab even gave like one of the kids like a free year of registration work with them. So yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up. Shout out to Clint from Sype the Lab. Shout out to D Will from 3D Houston Athletics. Shout out to Coach Rook. Shout out to Coach Eddie. Shout out to everybody that was there. Shout out to all the medias. The medias were amazing. I posted on my story all the media people, all the guys with the camera. If they use a camera, they hit me up. So we had like 30. we had like 30 media people, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, and I mind you, right? They didn't ask to get paid or nothing. They was just out there helping the youth, growing their portfolio. And I was like, that's the best way to grow your portfolio is to go to these events, do stuff for free first, grow your portfolio, then you can start charging people because it really doesn't, make sense to charge people when you have no following, nothing under your belt, right? Once you have that, you can start charging. You can start naming your price. But yeah, that's how it
Yeah,
happened.
man. Yeah, and to that point, like I definitely understand what you're saying. Just go out there and do it.
Hmm.
There's times where I don't mean to call out any of my buddies, but there's times where some of them were like, "Hey, man, why don't you?" 'Cause I used to work for a newspaper,
Right.
and they would be like, "Why can't I go out there and you don't want me to go do photography? You don't want me to go take pictures?" I'm like, "Man, you can go take pictures. I mean, go do it yourself. You want to help grow your portfolio. You want to help grow your channels, your Instagram, because you're posting pictures on Instagram and you only go whenever someone tells you. No, go out there and do it yourself. There's times during the summer
Hmm.
or during the winter break where I was going out to our basketball games, wasn't getting paid, wasn't doing anything, just going out there and taking videos for the basketball players, for the men's and women's, so that I can get my name out to them so they
Right.
know who I am. And so they can see me and be like, oh, okay, I know who he is. Let me go ahead and follow him. Let me go ahead if you if I want them on my channel every now and then, hey, come interview this and that. But I was doing a lot of this for me because I want to be able
Hmm.
to get my name, help my name get out. And at times, that's what it is. You don't have to be told to go do something. If you really want to do it, you're gonna find a way to do it. It doesn't matter if you're getting
Right.
paid or not. Because if you truly love it and you truly want to get to that next level and be that person where people can hit you up like, hey man, come cover this for us. Hey, come do video for us here. You got to go out there and start doing it for free sometimes. All right.
Hmm.
And so the other thing I wanted to talk about is how many people ended up showing up to this event.
Man, I say from anywhere from 50 to 100. But I don't want to say 100. But I saw a lot of people. The parents were there, the kids, they brought their siblings cuz like maybe they had to watch their younger siblings at home, so they just brought them along. So, I would say it's anywhere from 50 to 100, but I don't want to say 100 to make it seem like I'm lying. So that I'm pretty sure that's the range though because they did they did have somebody count, but what I'm saying, like people would come in and leave, come in and leave. So it wasn't like an exact amount, but it was for sure more than 50.
And what was maybe one of your favorite moments of the event? You don't spoil anything, but what was one of your favorite moments of the event?
Man, one of my favorite moments is if you go on my Instagram right now, you'll see a catch. It's gonna be a kid wearing a U of H jersey getting guarded by another kid with a U of H jersey. So it was like U of H going against U of H because they had both went to a U of H football camp, so they both got the same shirts. And let me tell you, that catch was nasty. That's one of the best catches I've ever seen in real time because I always see amazing catches on TV, but to be right there and to see how he grabbed that ball, it was amazing, and everyone went crazy. You could even hear it in my post. Everyone went stupid.
And so I want to talk about your inspiration. Was there somebody who really inspired you to start doing content, or was there somebody that you would watch on an everyday basis, or how did you end up deciding, man, let's do this?
So there's a lot of sports content creators out there that I've taken inspiration from. Number one, OG Jesser, Cash Nasty. Nowadays everybody
Yes.
watches Cam Water with the RWE stuff. I watch Cam Water, and I've always loved destroying and how like his story is just crazy how he went from a college player to getting kicked off the team because of NIL. But now you see like a lot of kids getting, they're changing their lives with NIL. Like
Hmm.
I don't think it was fair that he got kicked off the team because he had his own YouTube channel. But now, what I'm saying, God had another plan for him. Now he's doing great things, working with NFL players, going to these college visits and making videos. So I was like, hey, it worked out. And I think he signed with the pro team too. So
Yes,
everything
the
worked
San
out.
Antonio Bramos. He's been with them for the past 2 years.
Yeah, so he's getting money from different platforms, different ways of multiple ways of income, multiple sources of income. That's how it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, I've been one of the people who I've said the whole time. A lot of my buddies, and I mean, this is no disrespect to destroying, and they'd be like, "Hey, he should try out, go for an NFL team." I'm like, no, I was like, he's making so much money probably
So
doing what
much
he's
money.
doing right now
Mm-hmm.
than what he'd be making if he went to the league or something. Like that would be
Yeah.
amazing if he
Yeah.
did, but bro's making bank at that time on YouTube.
Yeah. He's making a crazy amount. He's sponsored by like different brands and different gyms. So it's like he's good on his part. Same with Dockery. I used to watch Dockery make crazy catches. And can't forget Flight Reacts for basketball, man. Like I'm talking about that's one of my guys. Flight Reacts, Chris Move. Like I used to watch like sports content all the time.
Yeah, I mean, personally, when I was younger, I was never a huge flight person, but it was
Yeah.
only because him and Cash always had beef. So
Yeah.
I just so I was like, I love Cash, and I was like, man, nah, I can't mess with Flight. But now that I watch Flight and funniest person, and I love Flight, I
Yeah.
love Cash, Jester, all those guys, man, they've been like they've been a real inspiration, especially helping
Mhm.
people like us growing up and watching them and be like, hey man, I want to start doing something like this. I want to get into sports. They help me grow our love for the game.
Mhm.
And so here I want to go ahead and just do a few this is something new I'm doing for my podcast. I
Let's
want to
do it.
do some rapid fire, kind of like a fun round of questions for you.
Let's do it.
All righty. First one. What is your favorite court in Houston?
Favorite court in Houston? It's got to be you talking about indoor or outdoor?
Either or.
Either or. All right, basketball. It would have to be a place called Fieldhouse or a place called Field Hoops.
And then what is your favorite 1v1 that you've watched?
1v1 that I've watched for football or basketball?
Football and then basketball.
Football, it would have to be the one-on-one U of H versus U of H one that I had posted a clip on, or my guy Gabe Sampson. He wore a ref shirt and he was just cooking everybody.
I saw that one. I saw
Yeah, he
I saw
cooked
that one for
everybody.
sure. I remember
Yeah.
seeing that off the top of my head.
Yeah, he actually picked up some D1 offers this past season, so be on the lookout. He's like my size, but he got the speed, the agility, the hands. He got it all.
Hmm. And now basketball.
Basketball, man, I've always liked working with this kid named Ethan Wyatt. When I was the basketball manager, he was a freshman, and he was the only freshman at our school that made varsity as a freshman. He would come in the game dropping 30, 20 at least on a regular basis as a freshman competing with guys that are like juniors and seniors, but he
Yeah.
would he would hold his weight. But back when I was a senior, which is 2020, now 2025, he's gone so much better, and anywhere that I go that is basketball related, I take him with me. So like if you tap in with him, he's great dual sport athlete. The crazy part is he was on a list of all-state hoopers with Joseph Tugler. You know Joseph Tugler, he works at or he plays for U of H now. I'm talking about like
Hmm.
Kinston Fleming. Like now he just committed to U of H as well. But Ethan Wyatt was the only all-state hooper that didn't get a D1 offer for basketball.
And next one. Who are your top three creators?
Top three
Content
creators,
creators.
I would say right now, Cam Waters running the game,
Hmm.
destroying, and Flight Reacts.
All right. And then last one. The most slept on hooper you filmed.
Ethan Wyatt.
Ethan White. Hey, we
Ethan
got to
Wyatt.
shout out Ethan White, man. People got to go look at
Y'all
Ethan
do,
White.
y'all go ahead and do a podcast episode with him. He'll tell you.
I might have to. I might have to get him
Mm,
on and see what
I'm
he's all
telling you,
about.
get him on. He'll bring you content. I'm telling you, he's not only is he humble, which is why I like him, but he can do it all. Like he could play football, he could play basketball, and he'll tell you. He'll never tell you that he's the best, but he'll kill you on the court. Promise.
And you see, now that you say that, that's one of the things. And I wonder. I'm pretty sure you've kind of realized this over your time, a lot of the athletes that I've had the opportunity to interview or hang out with, a lot of them happen to be, to me, seem to be. I mean, they may be changing their ways around me, but very humble people, very
Yeah.
humble, amazing people just to hang out and talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times, and this is what I've realized now, because before I used to just look at athletes and be like, man, that's he's only an athlete. That's all he is. That's all he
Mm-hmm.
does. That's all he is. But
Right.
now being able to hang out with them and be around them a little more and spend some more time with them, talk to them, you get to see the personal side of them at times and see that they're real cool people just to hang out with. They're real
Yep.
cool people to be around. And have you had basically the same experience?
Yeah, I've had like a lot of good experiences in terms of like conversations and getting to know athletes. Like I haven't really had anyone that's like arrogant or like too Hollywood. I feel like, if you approach them the right way,
Hmm.
they'll they'll respond the right way. Like if you come up to them and you act like you're a cool person and you're too cool to like work with them, then they're gonna treat you the same way. I believe in, treat people how you want to be treated. So I've always anywhere that I go, any events that I've been to, I always treat people. I don't care if they have 10 followers or they have 100,000 followers. I'll greet them as the same with the same respect as I would do if you're like a millionaire or like if you're like a top tier celebrity, like because that really don't matter to me, because what I'm saying, at the end of the day we're all humans and you should
Hmm.
approach everybody the right way.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Everybody has the right to some respect until I get
Yeah.
disrespect.
Yeah.
I treat them the way they treat me, and I mean I'm gonna treat everybody the same way. I mean, if I don't know you, it's my first time meeting you, I'm gonna treat you with the utmost respect, man. Like
Yeah.
you reached out to me, and I was like, hey, I was like, yeah, bro, let's do it. Like let's do this. This is
Yeah,
something
like
I'd be super interested in doing.
yeah, like when I saw your podcast and it just looks dope. Like, it doesn't have to be like the greatest podcast on earth. It doesn't have to
Mhm.
be like the podcast with like the best production, but I see what you're doing. I see that you're going out of your way to reach out to these D2, D3 athletes that never no one has ever even heard of. Right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of these athletes, like we've never heard of them until you put them on your podcast or your page. So that's a good thing that you're doing on your end, giving all these players the platform, whether it's big or small. Just keep going, and one of these days, when they make it big, they'll return the favor
I really appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that.
for sure.
And so, what is one of the message that you have for hoopers, the creators, and the kids that are grinding to get maybe where you are one day or keep on going? What is the
Mhm.
message you have for them?
Man, I'm not the one to ask that question, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep working. Like, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be, just keep working. What you put in is what you get out. You want to be a basketball star, you gotta go train. Gotta pick up a basketball. Gotta lock in. Gotta listen to your coaches. Be coachable. That's the number one thing for athlete that I always tell my athletes. Be coachable. Listen to your coaches. Listen to your parents. Do the right thing. Stay out of trouble. You're a student athlete, so student comes before athlete. So take care of business in school, then, when it's time to get on the field, take care of business on the field. But don't let, the field take your, you know, all of your attention from school, because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, school is always a priority, knowledge is priority. It's good that you're a great athlete, but if you're a dummy, people are not gonna respect you if you're a dummy. Like if you're a five star football player and you can't read a page of the Bible or something like that, they're not gonna respect you. Or you can't
Mhm.
read like a simple line of like anything, newspapers, for instance. So knowledge, number one, keep working, you know, trust your parents, trust your coaches, have faith, whatever religion, you are, have faith, never give up, keep grinding.
Yeah, and like you just mentioned, I mean, school number one, because a lot of the times, sometimes these players, their career might not get where you want it to get to, but you always have that degree or something else to fall back on and be like, hey, This is something I can go after. This is something I do have that I can do. You always have that. And we see a lot of athletes in the major leagues go ahead and do the same thing. They still make sure they finish their their
Their
college
schooling.
diploma.
Yeah,
Yeah, their school, so they can still have something at the end of the day when because football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever it is that you play isn't forever.
isn't is not. Yep.
So you had to have something like that every now and then to fall back on, and a lot of people do, and so that's something that has always been important.
And take care of your body. Whatever you
Yes.
put in your body is what you get out. Like, not only do you need to eat the right thing, you need to get enough rest. You need to make sure, everything you put in your body is what you want. Don't go out and eat, what I'm saying, fast food every day. Eat something that's healthy.
Hmm. And man, you got 1.25 thousand subs on your YouTube. And to me, hey, it may not be a lot to you, but I mean, to me, that's quite quite awesome. All right,
Right.
quite awesome to see, bro. And how has it felt progressively growing your channel and growing your name? How has this whole experience been for you?
Man, everything's happening kind of fast. Like, I didn't think that I'll be able to like grow at the pace that I am right now. But you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I would like to thank everybody behind the scenes. Shout out to everybody that has helped me, camera crew, production crew, all the sponsors, all the people that run the events that I get to pull up to, which I actually went to a celebrity game a couple days ago featuring former NFL, former NBA players like Dominique Rogers-Cromarties and stuff like that. Uh, but yeah, it's truly a blessing. Just keep working. Like, you know, it's always hard to start.
Hmm.
The hardest part is to start. Like, whether, you put in all these hours and you don't see any subscribers going up. Like, you could be stuck at 50 subscribers for like 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years. But just keep going. I promise it's gonna pay off. Uh, it took me like forever to get to like 100 subscribers, and then it took me forever to get to 1,000 subscribers. But I'm at 1,250 something now, and it's only been a year, so I can't wait to see what the next few months, the next few years is gonna be like. But I hope it's gonna be even faster than it is right now, because I'm excited to see more opportunities come.
And man, that's all I got for you, brother. And
Yes, sir.
again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Like I tell everybody, and I'm gonna tell you, you always got a fan in me. All right. You always got a
No
fan in
problem.
me. No matter what it is, I'm gonna support you all the time, support you all the way, brother. Because what you're doing is awesome. Going out there, putting a platform out for some of these players and making a name for yourself out there, man. It is truly incredible to see. Once again, I'm glad you hit me up. All right, because
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't have seen who you are, and I'm surprised that you found who I was.
Yeah,
So, I mean, you coming out, reaching out to me, man, it really means a lot seeing
yeah.
what you've done so far. So, I again truly appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, no problem. And that's another thing I want to tell the kids and all the content creators that are trying to blow up. You never know who's watching you. So just keep working. Keep posting. Stay consistent. That's the number one thing. Stay consistent. Either you get 5 views, you get 5,000 views, you get 5 million views. Post every day. That's what I do for the last like year or so. I've been posting. If you go on your phone, you're gonna see me one way or
Yeah.
another. If you don't see me today, you're gonna see me tonight. If you're not gonna see me tonight, you're gonna see me tomorrow or the next day. But I promise you, you're gonna see me. Cause think about this, right? When people wake up, the first thing they grab is their phone. They don't they don't go straight to the bathroom to brush their teeth. First thing they grab is their phone. That's one time that they should already see you as a content creator. When they go to the bathroom and they sit on the toilet or they brush their teeth, one hand's holding the toothbrush, the other one's holding the phone. That's already twice. When they sit down and eat breakfast, that's 3 times. When
Yeah.
they're on their way to work, some people use their phone while they're driving 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Shouldn't do that, by the way. Just want to throw that
yeah,
in there.
shouldn't do
Shouldn't
that. Shouldn't do
shouldn't
that.
use your phone.
But but as a content creator, you never know how
Yeah.
many times and who is gonna see you. So just keep posting. People should see you at least twice a day before they wake up. Oh no, after they wake up and before they go to bed. That's all. That's my only advice for content creators is be consistent.
Well, man, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, brother. I'm glad we were able to
For
get this
sure.
done, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you for
Yeah.
being on.
Yeah. If you ever want me on again, let me know. Just hit me up. I'll make the time. I'll squeeze. I'll put stuff aside and I'll come on to support you. If you ever want to come down to Houston, we can collab on some events and grow your page even more, man. But I hope to see where the podcast takes you, where your page takes you. Hey, off the clock, right? Off the clock.
Yes, sir. Off the
Hey,
clock.
hey, it's gonna be on the map soon.
Hey, yes, I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Yes,
that.
sir. For sure.
Yeah, off the clock, never needed no wristwatch. Toast up, cheers to life, but this ain't no pit stop. Ayy, my words don't get you to the top. Speak life into the mic like Mike at 90, pass me the rock. My words will touch thousands on the block, without a doubt, but she's a reassurance on me, we lie. Ayy, off the clock, baby, but we tuned in, dialed in. Feel like Cat, how we always winning, man. It's up.